Welcome to Tales of Azeroth. In today's episode, we'll unravel the complete story of Sylvanas Windrunner, one of the most iconic, controversial and misunderstood figures in World of Warcraft. From her beginnings as a noble high elf, to her reign as the Banshee Queen and her fall from grace in Shadowlands, Sylvanas' story is rich with triumph, tragedy, and moral complexity. But beyond the well-known tales lie secrets, subtle moments, and lesser-known pieces of lore that reveal the depth of her character. Let's begin our journey. Sylvanas' early life and family. Sylvanas was born into the prestigious Windrunner family in the tranquil forests of Quel'Thalas. She was one of three sisters, Alleria, the eldest, and Verisa, the youngest. The Windrunners were famed for their service to Quel'Thalas, and Sylvanas followed in her family's footsteps, rising to become Ranger-General of Silvermoon, the military leader responsible for defending the High Elven Kingdom. Few know that Sylvanas had a younger brother, Lyrath, whose tragic death in a troll ambush deeply affected her. Lyrath's death is believed to have hardened Sylvanas' resolve and shaped her sense of duty, which carried her through her later trials. Sylvanas also shared a competitive but loving relationship with her elder sister Alleria. This relationship would later serve as a source of pain, as Alleria's absence during key events left Sylvanas feeling abandoned. The Second War, Sylvanas' triumphs and failures. During the Second War, the High Elves allied with the alliance of Lordaeron to repel the Orcish horde. Sylvanas was instrumental in defending Quel'Thalas from multiple invasions. Her sharp tactical mind and unmatched archery skills made her one of the most revered leaders of her time. However, her victories were not without cost. During these battles, Sylvanas began to question the High Elves' isolationist policies, as they often prioritized the Sunwell over external alliances. This perspective would foreshadow her later views on the futility of hope and loyalty. The Scourge invasion and the fall of Silvermoon. Sylvanas' life changed forever during the Third War, when Arthas Menethil and his undead Scourge marched on Quel'Thalas. Her defense of Silvermoon is legendary, with Sylvanas delaying Arthas' forces long enough to evacuate many civilians. But in the end, Arthas overpowered her defenses, slaughtered her people, and desecrated the Sunwell. Here's where we find a little-known piece of lore. Sylvanas' death was not immediate. Arthas captured her, and rather than granting her a quick end, he chose to kill her slowly, torturing her to make her suffering last longer. This cruelty amplified her hatred for Arthas and the Scourge. Becoming the Banshee Queen. After her death, Arthas tore Sylvanas' soul from her body, transforming her into a Banshee. Her existence as a spirit was one of torment, as she was forced to serve the very man who destroyed her homeland. Under Arthas' control, Sylvanas committed atrocities against her own people. Lesser-known fact, Sylvanas' spirit often attempted to resist Arthas' control, sabotaging missions when possible. These small acts of defiance planted the seeds for her eventual rebellion. When Arthas' power began to weaken after the destruction of the Frozen Throne, Sylvanas seized the opportunity. She reclaimed her body and broke free, leading a rebellion of undead known as the Forsaken. Sylvanas and the Forsaken. As leader of the Forsaken, Sylvanas carved out a home in the ruins of Lordaeron, founding the Undercity. Unlike other leaders of the Horde, Sylvanas' rule was often characterized by pragmatism and ruthlessness. Her people idolized her as a savior, but her tactics often alienated potential allies. One little-known detail about her leadership is her use of Valkyr, undead spirits capable of raising the dead. Sylvanas struck a bargain with the Valkyr to tether her soul to the mortal plane after her repeated attempts at suicide in Edge of Night. A short story by Blizzard. These Valkyr allowed her to prolong her existence, but at the cost of bringing others into undeath without their consent. A controversial decision that would haunt her legacy. Sylvanas and Verisa, a forgotten reunion. One of Sylvanas' most poignant moments came during her reunion with her sister, Verisa. After years apart, Sylvanas offered Verisa a chance to join her in undeath, believing that together they could rule the Forsaken and restore their bond. Verisa ultimately declined, breaking Sylvanas' heart. This event highlights Sylvanas' yearning for family and belonging, a side of her rarely seen amidst her acts of cruelty. The burning of Teldrassil, a turning point. One of the most infamous moments in Sylvanas' story is the burning of Teldrassil, home of the Night Elves. Contrary to popular belief, this act was not originally planned. It was Sylvanas' reaction to a Night Elf ranger's defiance, who said, "You cannot kill hope." This enraged Sylvanas, and she ordered the destruction of the World Tree, killing thousands. This act shattered her image within the Horde and set the stage for her eventual betrayal. But it also revealed a hidden motive. Sylvanas had been preparing for her alliance with the Jailer, seeking to dismantle the cycle of life and death she believed was broken. The Shadowlands and Sylvanas' redemption. In Shadowlands, Sylvanas' actions were revealed to be part of a greater plan orchestrated by the Jailer. However, as the Jailer's true intentions became clear, Sylvanas turned against him, recognizing the depths of her mistakes. A lesser-known fact here is the role of her soul. The part of her soul Arthas had corrupted was restored during this arc, allowing players to see her internal struggle in full. Her final decision to redeem herself by freeing the souls trapped in the Maw marked the end of her journey as the Banshee Queen. Sylvanas Windrunner remains one of the most complex figures in Azeroth. Her story challenges players to grapple with difficult questions about morality, loyalty, and redemption. Is she a hero who endured unspeakable torment, or a villain who inflicted suffering on countless others? Perhaps she is both. What is certain is that Sylvanas' legacy will echo through Azeroth for years to come. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of Sylvanas Windrunner's story. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. What do you think of Sylvanas? Was she justified in her actions, or did her crimes outweigh her redemption?